Lady T's Creations, where every crafted with love. Custom made bracelets and more. For that perfect gift, or just need a custom arrangement, don't hesitate to contact Lady T's Elegant Creations, where everything is handcrafted with love.
For more information, please call 609 531 1756.
All right, welcome back to Let's Get It. Watching with us, we do apologize for technical hopes. We got that all figured out. And just to wrap up, we were discussing in the first half of our show is, the situation in Philadelphia, the quarterback situation. And, Coach, like you said about, you would have thought that we won this weekend, the Eagles, and that we are sitting there controlling our own destiny for the playoffs. When at the same time, all I think, like you said, this does is mask so much of what's going on in Philadelphia and still the underlying issue. And like I had mentioned before, that I still want to win. I mean, I want to see, I can't ever root against the team. I don't ever want to throw in the towel. If you tell me that we need to win and 15 other teams need to lose, I'll say, okay, well, there's still a chance. I mean, I'd rather see the playoffs. And especially if you're trying to evaluate your young quarterback, what's better than have what's basically been playoff game after playoff game and see how he does. And if you are able to get in and have a legitimate playoff game, then you put this kid on the biggest stage and see how and that even gives you more of an insight into what you have or what you don't have. On top of that, I think that going into this off, the Eagles really are in a situation and a predicament where they can't get out of, like, with the cap hit. I mean, I even, I heard one GM say that this is basically, cap death if you trade Wentz, but you still have his cap against you. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited to see what happens this weekend. I'm excited to continue to watch this kid, watch him grow, watch what we have. And I'm also just interested to sit back and chew my popcorn and see what happens with the debate of Carson Wentz and see what happens with him. That's really my thought process right now on the whole situation. And I know Jay's over here smiling. So,
who are you rooting? I mean, you're a fan first. I know.
Philly fan first. I don't care who is back there. I'm going to root for you.
I know. But I wonder, are you wanting Hurts to be, honestly?
Yeah. Because, again, you're not where, if he's not successful, that makes the situation even worse. Sure. Because then you're set back even more. If he's successful, okay, well, if you have to take the cap hit or you're able to find a team to take Carson, at least you have something. If he's not successful and you drafted him, then what that doesn't do is make all these misses that we have, for instance, on the Justin Jefferson and not taking a guy like that even more, hard to swallow. It took years for the fans to get to Earl Thomas until Brandon Graham had a huge strip sack in the Super Bowl. Wow. So if he's not successful, then you look at it and you say, okay, what do we do now? Okay, I'm sorry, Carson. Come on back. Come on. We love you. I mean, sure, I already saw Carson Wentz stuff on sale, 50% off. I mean, that's terrible.
That's terrible. But go ahead, Coach.
I would love, and this is just for entertainment value, for something to happen where I don't know, Hurts go to the bathroom like Lamar did. His helmet gets messed up. I don't want to get hurt. I never wish that on anybody.
No.
Just somewhere he can't play right now. Right. And Carson has to come in. See what happens.
And what Carson does.
Yeah, does he have that? Is he motivated? Is he kind of have his attitude like seventh graders come out when you put them back in the game? I would just love to see that. And like I said, not for I don't even want Hurts to play bad for it to happen.
Sure.
Just some random thing to happen where he has to come in the game and just see what happens.
But let me ask you, do you think that Carson has that clutch gene? Like, from what you've seen, do you think that he has that clutch gene? Because that's pretty much what I think that's what you
No, I'm not even saying clutch. I don't think he has a clutch gene.
Okay.
But that's not even what I'm referring to. I want to see like Randy said, he can never come. He's done here. His confidence is gone, and all that may be true. but I just don't like. So now you're thrown into the game. What are you gonna? Are you
What are
gonna
you
go
gonna do?
out? Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take your spot back?
Right.
Or what? You know, what are you gonna do? And I would just love to see
How he's going to handle that? Yeah.
You know, and that I think we would too. But like I said, you know, I think, and I don't agree. I think he does have the clutch gene because he still has led a lot of big drives. He's been able to be there when it's mattered. You know, so I still think he has gene. I just don't think he has it in Philly. And that's why part of me too is rooting for
the clutch gene.
Yeah, right.
So when you're clutch, I just
clutch all over.
and what I mean by I just think there's been too many, and maybe I'm just putting too much stock into this season. Too many instances where, all right, we need a big play here, and it's like, what? Like, it's not even like it was close. Oh, we almost had it. It was just like, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, as you know, I'm gonna do this, but I'm watching the game and Hurt was hit. I knew that if Carson that game would have ended up being 42-7. You know, I think it would have been a checked out. I mean, Carson would have not been able to come back. I think that Jalen Hurts said, "Okay, guys, we got this." And it's interesting too. And this is another point I went out. Boy, oh boy, you started to see signs of players who didn't want to get on the field all of a sudden coming back. Alshon Jeffrey actually was somewhere to be found on Sunday. Now DeSean Jackson trying to get back to play. So now you ask yourself, now you ask yourself too, like, that Carson doesn't have a good relationship in the locker room may be true because all of a sudden, like Alshon, like he could play. Yeah, he looked like an older Alshon, but he was contributing. Plus, you had young guys like Quez Watkins made plays. I mean, you had guys making plays that were nowhere to be found.
Well, it feels good to be targeted. Austin was targeting Alshon, or his favorite person to target is Hurts, right?
And it's interesting. He hasn't even been. A lot of those things too they've been seen separating distance. They used to be all involved together off the field and whatnot, and that has stopped. So I'm really wondering, where are they at? Where's Carson at as far as his role in the locker room?
Well, let me ask you about it. Is you have to. It's funny because I was dealing with some I'm just saying some corporate stuff early in the week, right? So I mistake on some things. I'm human, right? So I make a mistake. But one thing I hate is for people to like hone in on it, like oh my God, you made this, like they've never made a mistake, right? So I said, okay, well, you highlighted my mistake. That's cool. But I grabbed it by the horns and said, yeah, I made a mistake. But you better not. Don't let me catch you making no mistake now. But I'm saying that to say that when I hear, it's funny how people talk about what Carson didn't have, right? He didn't have this. He hasn't had this. He hasn't had that. He ain't had the same things. He's making it do. So, and sometimes, things throw you lemons. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my man, Slow Jan, what up? You know what I'm saying? He told me, something about a lemon or something like that. I'm like, but you taking the lemon and making it lemonade. You know what I'm saying? So how come Carson can't do what Jalen seems to be doing? And see, that's a narrative I want my Carsoners to talk about. Because he's doing this virtual the same thing with the same plays, same start, but he's seeing, hey, you know what? Carson didn't target Alshon like Alshon garbage. So you know what? Well, Alshon got a little something in the tank, a little something. I'm not saying that he's the number one receiver for him, but he's since Hurts has been inserted into the lineup, I have 2 big plays from Alshon that you haven't seen since 2017.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so sometimes leadership resurrects people. It influences, it encourages. That's what leadership does. Carson lacks that.
And even as a Carsonite, that's why I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't support you because Jalen was out there with the same things that you had, the same exact offensive line, the same exact weapons, and he's been able to make this team look different. Like, I'm like, wow, what if Hurts was inserted 5 games ago? Right. Where would we be?
Where would you be?
That's a question of why are guys, with Hurts back there, than with Carson. And that's what, like I said, he's got the rookies getting involved and he's got Alshon getting involved. The fact that Djax is trying to make a comeback, I heard nothing about Djax trying to come back with Carson as the quarterback. And so, I mean, it is definitely something to look at and say, listen, like he's done more with the same thing. So that narrative of Carson hasn't provided the support around him, it doesn't hold any weight right now anymore. And that's where it's hard for me to support him and say, well, maybe it is Carson. So,
I mean, I think it is. I mean, listen, I can't wait to see, my only thing is that the minute, not Hurts lost, but he's still revered for the way that he played, right? So they were down, 16 zip at halftime?
No,
But
16 zip.
First quarter.
Yeah.
Right. So the way that he responded, the way that he led the team down the field, and I really felt like, even though they lost that last drive, it was kind of like, to me, I thought the game was over the last drive, but maybe the last drive when the Eagles fought that turnover on downs. And now Jalen has the chance to take the team down the field to get the lead. But that's when I felt like they lost the game. Like when they didn't get done that series, I said, no, that's pretty much it. And the reason why I did is because it's back. Who got that punt block? Was that Elliott again?
No. It was what's his name?
No.
Yeah, I don't know what the punter
I
is
don't
now.
know his name.
But he was kicking an extra. That's what I mean. So he's kicking an extra point.
Yeah, but
that wasn't Elliott, though.
No, it was Elliott.
That was your point. Man.
Right. So see, I back to my theory of Narius, though.
Where are you going with this?
Yo, because listen, there's 2 times in a row I see this dude F up a kick and
That's not his, but that was his fault. He literally had no holder place. Like
I'm
like
just saying, it's the same culprit, Carson Boyd. I'm just saying that's my conspiracy.
You just completely came up with the most nonsense argument.
No, it's not nonsense.
About where we
it's not nonsense. Though.
I mean,
It's out there. It's a stretch.
It's a wild. Yeah.
No,
Okay, we'll say wild.
I'm not saying wild. I say a stretch. A stretch, yeah. But it's also been a stretch that you didn't think that Carson was a bad teammate.
We lost the game when we gave up the 4th and 4th play fake punt because that was that's where I thought
that's a great play.
a great call by the Cardinals.
Great play. That can happen to anybody. But to me, I'm just saying, like, sometimes I think of momentum killers, and that to me was a momentum killer. You did all this, you go fight back, you charge down the field, you do all this, and you're about to go up. I know I was like, hey, yeah, let's go here, Jalen. Yeah. And then you miss the play.
Stop with the nonsense. I don't want to see yeah. Because you're never rooting for the Eagles.
No, I'm
so stop.
But listen, because of this argument and debate with Carson, I'm rooting.
So you're rooting for Jalen Hurts. You're rooting for Jalen Hurts.
You call whatever
You're rooting for Jalen Hurts.
Listen, whatever.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm rooting for anybody other than Carson because I don't understand why you guys love Carson.
There you go.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I think Carson's love has quickly evaporated.
I don't think so. I speak to a lot of people, man, and they're loyal to him.
They're loyal to him. But if you're loyal to him at this point, then you're
he's loyal too, though. That's
that he can be a good quarterback, but not in Philly. I'm telling you, he can't be a quarterback in Philly. I've said that. His time in Philly is.
You say he's too big for the pressure. I'm not saying Philly's not a major market because it is. But damn, what else we here?
But like you said,
Cleveland?
No, Cleveland's a solid team. But like for instance, in Indianapolis, which that's a smaller town. That's a smaller area. He's going to have his boy Frank, right? And I mean, there's a couple of places
to Indianapolis, and who's been I don't know what's their record right now.
But I mean, they're all else if they
okay. Game so now he comes in, and that's more pressure on him because now they're replacing Phillip Rivers for
a
him.
Hall of Fame quarterback.
And now what? If we don't make the playoffs, Carson, is he going to be able to handle that pressure? Anywhere you go, there's going to be pressure. It's Jacksonville or
somewhere. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The Jets.
Yeah, I see him on the Jets. But I don't know if he can handle
the Jets. I was laughing about the Jets because everyone is mad because they lost. They won against the Rams. And their opportunity number 1 pick in Trevor Lawrence. But I don't really like Trevor Lawrence. So
but you have to. I mean, it's hard to tell your football team, listen.
No, you can't. No, especially there was guys on the team like Frank Gore. Yeah, like Frank Gore, who's 7 years old, was like never losing a season where I never won a game, and I refuse to.
Yeah,
so I don't care about the draft pick. I don't
Right.
care about
That's
this.
the heart.
I go out, play every day,
I
and
feel
practice and I agree.
Yeah,
I-
You
absolutely.
definitely don't care, Kyron.
No,
He's retired.
but I agree.
Right.
I agree too. And I like
I
said,
agree with it though.
Yeah,
To a certain extent.
And that's
You
just
can't
like
fight
when the Sixers thinking. It's like those guys on the court weren't trying to lose.
Right.
They just weren't any good.
no, they
that.
weren't.
It's garbage.
But with that said, we're going to quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to hit the Sixers talk, NBA talk. So let's get it right back after this.